Right, so we're going to start some examples of basic programming with the Arduino. So we go on the arduino.cc website, and in the learning section there is a part called tutorials. So we click on the tutorial, and there you have different types of tutorials. We're going to take the first one, which is the built-in examples. And when you click on the built-in examples, you have the possibility of, well, there's a screenshot first of the Arduino IDE, which is the Arduino software you program the board, and you can see that you have examples and built-in examples. And we've gone to do first the basic ones. So the basic examples are the analog read serial, bare minimum, blink, digital read serial, fade, and read analog voltage. So what we're going to do, we're going to do 3 of these, and we're going to do a little exercise with what we've learned so far. So first thing, if you'd like to open the analog read serial, in the examples you go to basic analog read serial. So once you open the file, once you open the file, you get, I don't know if you can see that, but you get a window with the analog read serial. An analog read serial is basically read an analog input on pin 0, print the results to the serial monitor. So we need to make sure we open afterwards, when we run the software, we need to make sure we open the serial monitor. Could you show us where the serial monitor is? It's that little icon which is like a lens, and when you put the mouse pointer on top, it says serial monitor. Alright, so we have the code. The next thing we need is when you click on the website here of the Arduino thing, and website, and we look at the analog read serial, we know that we need an Arduino board. We have an Arduino board. Yeah? We need a 10K potentiometer. Do you have a 10K potentiometer? Do we have a 10K potentiometer? Does it say 10K? Yeah. Alright, so you have the 10K potentiometer, and we have the Arduino board, and we have the breadboard. We're using a breadboard because to do it like this, it's not so convenient. Right, so we'll explain to you the point of the breadboard in a minute, but essentially, when you look at the breadboard, all these columns are connected on the top. They're also connected to the bottom as columns. There is a groove in the middle, which means the top column is not connected with the bottom column, and this column is not connected to the next one. Then underneath that there is a big gap, and there's 2 lines, one red and one blue, and that means these ones are connected as a row, and the bottom one is connected as a row. So that means you have on the breadboard all these connected, and then all these connected. So 2 lines here, and here you have 64 lines like this. Okay, so we're going to build the circuit now, and I'll take a picture when the circuit is built. So we need 3 wires as indicated in this example. So I have 3 wires, that's 1. Where's the other one? 2, and where's the 7? And 3. And that's basically the circuit as it stands at the moment. Right, next we're going to connect that to the Arduino board. So we need not reinvent anything, never guess, always check. We know that one goes to 5 volt, one of the bottom ones go to 5 volt. And you should carry on the explanation.
Then the other one goes to ground.
Ground is spelled GND.
And then the final one.
And that's where we have a first mistake, as you can see. The operator put the white in ground and the yellow in 9. So go and check it. Here we are. So that's proof, very simply, that's a very good proof that you need to be very careful because those pins are very small and it's very easy to make mistake. And that goes to 0. So now we have connected our circuit to the Arduino board. The next thing we need to do is to connect the Arduino board with the host PC. And for that, we use the USB cable. 90% of the cases where your software or your program don't work, it's because you haven't connected the board to the USB board. You haven't connected your board to the USB port of the computer. It's such an obvious mistake, but yet it's a mistake that people, even myself, do all the time. So go ahead, connect that. And as soon as you connect, you should see some light on the Arduino board. Yeah, I don't know if you can see, that means that the board is on. Right, so now we have the board connected, we have the circuit connected, we can then check, we haven't changed the software, so we can directly upload it. But before we upload it, we go to the tool options, yeah, that's the one, and we check that we have the right board selected, which should be, what's the board?
Uno.
No, don't guess, check. What does it say?
Arduino Uno.
Thank you. Never guess, always check. Second thing we need to do is to check that the port has been selected, yes, so we can now upload the software. And if you click there, you should see something happening. Now we're seeing the board blinking and that's showing a progress bar on the window. There is a progress bar here that tells you how far it is, and when it reaches the end, you should see some blinking going on the board. So you look here, and then you look here. And we have the blinking, so now it should be working. So what we do now, because we are reading the results onto the serial monitor, what do we need to do?
And to open up the serial monitor.
Yeah. And then what do we see? A value from the potentiometer.
Yeah.
What's the value at the moment?
1023.
So if you turn the potentiometer, what are you going to get?
You're going to get going down all the way down to
Well,
0.
go faster. Yeah. So it's going from, you're going 0 and then all the way to 1023. So we've got the program working, which is to read from the potentiometer and print the output into the serial port. And that's the analog read serial program working. Thank you.